Sure. I mean, you just try to focus on what you can control, and until you hear the words, I mean, it's kind of hard. You just kind of try to go about your normal business, and you never wish anything would happen. But you focus on what's in your grasp and what's in your control, and not try to think too much outside of that.
You feel like the decision was kind of a commitment to the playoff push that you'd gotten in the 7 games and kind of keeping the continuity, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to ask Coach that one. I think for me, like I said, I'm happy to be back, back to our daily, grind where we go through our meetings, go through practice, knowing that, I'm going to be out there on Sunday and do whatever I can to help this team win.
To follow up on what Scott was asking, is there any part of you at all that worries if you guys fall out that they'll make a change?
I'm worried about this week. I mean, it's regardless of what happened Sunday happen. I mean, we're such an week-to-week business. I mean, all I'm focused on this week is doing my best to beat Minneapolis Colts, and then you take a long bit of time, especially with so many so little amount of time left. Right now, you really have to focus on this task at hand and get through each week, and then move on to the next. So I'm just really focused on Indianapolis and beating those guys, and that's the only thing that's on my mind.
Because one of the things you and Josh Gordon kind of getting together on the same page through the last 4 years and half.
Sure. I mean, we definitely have to get better in sync, and that's we stand in practice and talk through things, and we're trying to work through it. It's tough when you're not around for 10 weeks. I mean, you can't put that all on Josh. It's a tough situation. So we're definitely working to get it better, and especially with Miles, not being able to play. I mean, Josh is an even bigger option. So it's something that we're constantly working on. And like I said, not having 10 weeks and all of a sudden you're into NFL games. It's hard to work on the fly.
Brian,
knowing that you don't want to give up snaps, how can that be helpful?
Well, I mean, I look back through the news earlier in the year, and Kyle joked with me back then. You play better when you put your hands. I mean, we should do it every game. I think for us, it keeps the defense, on their heels a little bit. You never know what's going to happen. So I know that's something that's on the table. And like I said, that when it happened the first time, whatever helps this team win, especially now 4 weeks to go and trying to make the playoff push.
Brian.
I keep thinking back when Johnny came in, you competed in the 4 straight passes.
Yeah.
Does this piss you off a little bit? Do you think this might light a fire?
Well, I think I always have a fire lit, and anytime someone questions you, I think and prove them wrong. And I'm sure there's been people questioning me all along, not just this week, throughout the entire season, and that's something that I've always had a chip on my shoulder. So I don't think, I don't want to say that it adds something else. I think I've always had it.
Brian, why are you confident you can bounce back from the past 3 games?
Because we've done it before. I mean, sometimes, this is the NFL. Not every week is going to be easy, and you're going to play tough teams, and that's not something that we haven't done before, and something that I haven't done before. I've total confidence in myself and in my teammates and our offense, and we just need to, like I said, get back to what we do best. I mean, you see it in games, and when we're on, and you got to be able to overcome some adversity. If it's not working in the very beginning, you can't just ditch the plan. You can't just, move on to something else. You got to stick with it and figure out a way to get it work.
Will it be difficult to shut out the fans if they boo after a couple of complete passes that they have?
I've been booed earlier this year, so it's not something that I haven't known before.
Hey, Brian, do you feel like your accuracy isn't where you'd want it to be the last few games, and if so, why? How do you get it back?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's when you look on the tape and there's just some throws that you missed, and sometimes you're throwing the ball away. I mean, that goes into completion percentage too. And I never really want to. I've said it before. You don't want to take a sack, and sometimes you get through and you want to throw the ball away. But obviously, when you're dropping back and you have time to throw, you want to be accurate. And there's definitely some throws I've missed, and it's something that you work on, whether it's routes on air or 7-on-7 or whatever it might be, and it's something that I'm always trying to be better at. I think no one's ever going to be 100%, and that's the goal, obviously. But try to be as best as you can, and then continue to get better at it.
Is there anything unusual in the way they play?
We haven't gotten to much third down yet. Just from watching games, you can tell that they have some unique pressures. They're very well coached. They have a smart defensive coordinator, and obviously we know Duquel really well. Very smart guy who gets those guys lined up, gets them going in the right spot. So it's definitely something that'll be a challenge for us. And you can tell that it's very well coordinated and have smart players kind of out there running the show. Thanks, Brandon. All right, thanks.